Hello, friends. I might have to hold this. I don't know how this works. Hello, hello. Tell me, can you guys hear me? I look like I'm in one of those hostage videos. I'm on a laptop, obviously coming to live from Italy. Not very out of sorts here. 2 a.m. local time. Can someone just confirm that you can hear me in the chat? Would be great. Anyone? Anyone? Can you hear me? Thank you. Thank you, Collect Records. Welcome back, hockey fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking USA hockey all Olympics long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And let me put this down and see if you can still hear me. Again, obviously not at home, so I'm on the road using a road setup, which I will get improved over time. This is the first time I've ever been doing this. Team USA in their opening game tonight in the Olympics, hosting, or I guess not hosting. I guess someone had to be home or in away, but either way, taking on Latvia and USA, folks. 5-1 victory. Let's go. Let's go. We heard Freebird 5 times. It was back and forth, but win or lose, we booze. This applies internationally as well. And I got to keep it local flair. I went with, oh God, this camera's awful. This is a chill lemon Peroni. I wanted to try some exclusives that we cannot get at home. Cheers to all of you. Win or lose, we booze. USA victorious tonight, afternoon, where most of you are. Oh my God. This is phenomenal. This comes highly recommended. Peroni chill lemon. These are dangerous. This is in contention for the official beverage of the post-game lives during the Olympics. Peroni chill lemon, nice and smooth. Got a lot on my mind here. Again, appreciate you all for joining. I'm going to try to hook up a separate camera. I have a whole bag of equipment with me. The laptop camera is pretty brutal. I'm going to get to the game in a second. Oh, that's why. Is that possible? 1.3% alcohol? I was going to say, this doesn't even taste like, I didn't even know they made beers like that. There's like no liquor in this. It was a farce. It was a farce. This is like, this is almost like a soda. I got some other backups to try. But listen, Team USA gets it done. I'd like to start off by saying shout out to my friends at Streaker Sports. Streaker Sports, keeping your boy fresh. I love this. This is one of my favorites. Beautiful sweatshirt with the hat. Check out the link description pinned in the top of the chat. Streaker Sports for the freshest USA apparel. Keeping your boy just fly out here in Milan for this whole Olympic Games. But guys, USA. And I'm trying all kinds of foreign chips and stuff too. USA. It took a little while for them to kind of get their game going, or I should say, get away from the reversed goals. At 5:29, Brady Tkachuk from Brother Matthew. Guys, you guys know how I feel about Brady Tkachuk on this channel. My favorite non-New Jersey Devil in the league by far. He came out crushing, guys. Scores that beautiful goal, and I loved it. Loved it. Love Brady. He is one of the kind of drivers of the energy of this team. You saw it tonight. Brady gives him the 1-0 lead. And just under 2 minutes later, USA, with a rare moment of kind of confusion in their D zone, I think they're unable to get it clear. And Latvia just tries firing it at net. And the rebound comes out in front. It was at Krastenbergs. Bangs one past Hellebuck, ties it up at 1. And at that point, there was a lot of Latvians in the crowd. And you guys will see this, or you'll probably see some of the crowd stuff in my next vlog if you've been following those. The International Olympic Committee is out there just like a mafia, just getting everyone's stuff taken down. So it's a tumultuous situation on that front. Appreciate all of you who've been watching the vlogs, and I would appreciate it even more if you watch the one that I had to re-release edited with some stuff out of it because the IOC hit me with a takedown notice. So I would appreciate that. I would appreciate two things. Going to Streaker Sports and supporting the fine folks that support your boy. Freshest USA gear, tees, hats, sweatshirts. I'd appreciate that, but I would also really appreciate if you watch that vlog because the IOC got me. But anyway, Latvia ties it up at 1. There's a lot of Latvians in the crowd, and they are going absolutely ham. Chants and songs, and they got the scarves, and some of them got wigs, and some of them got all kinds of stuff. Very lively bunch. And when it was 1-1, they were feeling themselves. And I was like, oh, my God, please shut these people up. I want to see USA beat them down. But we've seen some moments in the first couple of days of the Olympics with teams hanging around. You know, we saw it last night with, I was at that game as well, the Italy-Sweden game. They actually took the 1-0 lead, and then it was tied. Obviously, Sweden tied it up, then took a 2-1 lead, and Italy tied it again at 2. And, like, you know, anything could happen when you let these bad teams hang around way too long. But all tied up at 1. Also in the first period, Jack Hughes assisted on, I forget whose goal that was. Was that also a Nelson goal? I forget. It was so chaotic in the arena, and I'm sleep deprived and a whole bunch of things. But the Americans have 2 goals disallowed in the first period. One on a offside, which was very close. It was hard to tell in the arena. That was a Quinn Hughes goal that came back for an offside. And then I forget what the other goal was called back for goalie interference. And apparently, you know, if you go anywhere into the blue paint or sneeze on a goalie in these tournaments, they're going to overturn it. So, okay, yeah, so that was a Nelson goal. I thought so. Yeah, the first one was Quinn Hughes, then a Brock Nelson goal. Overturned. Offsides, goaltender interference. It is what it is. I also think at the end of that first period that the Americans hit 2 posts. So it was like, I was getting nervous just because, you know, while USA does have the much better team and should have killed them, to have 2 goals disallowed in 1 period and then hit 2 posts is like cursed New Jersey Devils stuff, like almost. You know, that's what it felt like. Like, did Jack bring the curse of the Devils to this team now? Because they could have potentially been up 5-1 in the first period, and it didn't happen. But first period ends, they come out in the second, and that was their period. That was their period. Jack has 2 beautiful assists on the period on Nelson goals. The go-ahead goal was a sweet one from Nelson that Nelson scored from Jack and Trocheck. The 3-1 goal, Tage Thompson on the power play, guys. You guys know it's just 2 of my guys that I've loved. And you guys know I'm biased towards the big fellas. Tage Thompson down low on the power play in tight. Oh, by the way, these are I did a review for these earlier that I'll put in the vlog, so I won't spoil it. But I didn't get to get dinner, so I'm kind of eating junk food dinner. Tage Thompson, the big fella, down low on the power play, on the backhand, just roofs it. What a beautiful finish. We've talked about him forever. You know, him and Brady are my 2 most realistic wants that probably aren't really realistic anymore, but they felt like they were once upon a time. Those were the guys I wanted. 2 beastly animals, both scored tonight. That second Brock Nelson goal was crazy. That was the oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I have to look at something. I forget. I might be screwing them up. I have so much footage for vlogs, but I don't know. I emailed the IOC, the gangsters that they are. I'm trying to figure out what is allowed and what isn't. But it's very unclear at the moment. I forget it. I don't remember which one was which. But the one goal was insane where Jack held it. and then just hit Nelson streaking to the net. Unbelievable. But the Tage Thompson goal was filthy. Just in tight, down low, and just immediately gets it up on the backhand. Phenomenal stuff. And he has a nasty streak. Now you guys know somewhat why I, have loved that guy. Could do everything. If you're nasty and you could produce offensively and then hit and occasionally fight and you have size, you're my kind of guy. You are an ace player. Third period, Austin Matthews adds one on the power play, just kind of nonchalant in the slot area. Fires one on net, and it's in the back of the net, and that's it. 5-1. Game was closer than it should have been, in my opinion, or at least time-wise. 5-1 does not read. 5-1 does not read. I'm going to get to the chat, but I do believe, Dan, I just saw your thing pop up. I do think Jack had an assist on the disallowed goal, too, if I'm not mistaken. Someone could correct me. I was in the arena. It's crazy. But, guys, beautiful win for USA. Martinellis, you could leave, bro. I'm done. I didn't have dinner. I'm so sorry that bothered you so much. You're dismissed. Beautiful win. Could have been over much sooner. Disallowed goals, posts. It is what it is. USA gets the win. Hopefully carries the momentum into Saturday night's game against Denmark. Should be another one where on paper, should be able to get it done. We look at some stats. Matt Boldy with one shot. Kyle Connor. I can't find. I got to pull up another graphic. Let me see. Jack Eichel, 2 assists, 3 shots. Brock Nelson, the 2 goals on 3 shots. Matthew Tkachuk, +2 with 2 assists, 4 shots. I mean, the Tkachuk brothers. Brady with a goal, 3 shots. From the blue line, 2 shots from Faber, 1 from Quinn Hughes, 3 shots from McAvoy, 2 from Sanderson, 1 from Slavin, 3 from Werenski. 2 assists for Quinn Hughes, and he had a goal disallowed. Very slippery fella out there. But yeah, this is crazy. I didn't even realize this is like not even a beer. 1.3%. I was like, yeah, it tastes like a soda almost. I want to see if I could pull up. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. This is what I wanted. Time on ice. Yeah, because how militant the IOC is. Even the NHL can't really post much. I think they're allowed to post still images. All right, this is what I was looking for. All right, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but I'll read it. Austin Matthews, 1842, time on ice. Matthew Tkachuk, 1655. Brady Tkachuk, 1710. Jack Eichel, 1805. Jack Hughes, 1820. Matt Boldy, 1410. Jake Gensel, 1535. Dylan Larkin, 1515. Tage Thompson, 1450. Clayton Keller, 1430. JT Miller, 1620. Vinny Trocheck, 1355. Kyle Connor, 1245. Brock Nelson, 1440. Quinn Hughes, 2315. Charlie McAvoy, 2150. Zach Werenski, 2230. Adam Fox, 2045. Slavin, 1915. Noah Hannafin, 1840. Sanderson, 1635. Brock Faber, 1555. So Jack Hughes ends up getting way more ice time than I think most of us thought. 1820 Amongst forwards, let's see. Austin Matthews had more, barely. 1842. And that's it. Jack Hughes with the second most ice time amongst forwards. Pretty wild. And I don't think that was the plan. And I'll get into everything. Mr. White's in here talking whatever he's going to talk. But I don't think that was the plan. And it probably just was a function of, it looked like he had the hop early. He really did look like he had that jump. And credit to him. Now, let me get in here. I'll get to the comments. But Jack Hughes, second in ice time amongst forwards. Let's see if he could keep producing with the ice time. A lot of people leading up to the tournament, I said I obviously hope Jack does well. Blah, 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 despite, these difficult conversations we've had around him in the past couple of weeks. I still want him to do well because he's a Devil, and obviously he's playing for my team, Team USA. But a lot of people are like, oh, he's going to be invisible like Four Nations. And I always said, and again, this is only one game. Let's not get crazy. But I lost my train of thought, so I was skipping the comments. Oh, that it's going to come down to ice time and line mates. And if he gets the right line mates, and so far it seems like they might have something here. Him and Brock Nelson seem like they could have a little connection. But we'll see. Oh my God, all you people complaining, then don't watch Yo Holmes, another guy. Then what do you want me to do? You're all dismissed. If you have a problem with the food, you're dismissed. You're all dismissed. Thirst for War says Jersey has better pizza than Italy. New York does for sure. I mean, so I've heard that from a lot of people. I mean, I've only tried it at one place so far. It wasn't the best. But ways to do the caper. Hope you're having a time, man. Blogs are awesome. It's Latvia. Canada had a way tougher match. No, of course. You're expected to beat up on these teams. Thirst for War says Italy is scrappy, artisanal, brick oven crap. Pizza wasn't pizza until it got to America, but feel free to be pretentious. I'll give the honest opinion. So far, I've had a few different kinds from one single place that were similar style, and they were good. But yeah, I mean, I've had better in the States, New York, New Jersey, but that was only one place. I don't think that was their specialty. How I got to Jeremy Proper, JT Miller showing why he needs to be there. Crease crashing, Billy G pulling a Fitzmagic. You need a little bit of everything to win, but let's just see when they start playing real teams. I mean, people are getting overly excited for beating up Latvia, and I get it. It was a great showing, but, you did what you're supposed to do. Let's see. Tage is a beast. Yo Holmes complaining. Wasted Youth Caper. Jack and the Pew Kachucks are going to get smoked by Tom Wilson. Well, we shall see. We shall see if these two teams meet up, and I expect they probably will at some point. Mark Schwab, we could need someone big like TT. You guys know, Brady's been my number one want forever, and Tage Thompson has been number two. And once upon a time, I do think it was potentially possible for one of them to be moved, but I'm not sure that that's really the case anymore for either one, honestly. We shall see. We shall see. Some nasty shootout goals on my feed. Yeah, I'm behind. I haven't seen a ton because I've been on the grind. Going to all these games, traveling in between. I haven't seen much. I'm going to hopefully catch up when I get off of here. But it is crazy late this time, local time, and I am going to a game tomorrow. I probably did get I don't know what the term is. I guess overexcited about all of this and minimize the actual damage like that it or the toll it will take with running in between all these games and running on little sleep, but it'll definitely be worth it. Tomorrow is Italy, Slovakia. Excited to see Shimo Nemitz, our boy Nemo, on the Olympic stage tomorrow. And then that would mark I've seen everyone. Yeah, I went to Italy, Sweden last night and saw Brader and Markey, even though Markey didn't play. This morning, I saw the Swiss contingency against France. Timo Meyer looked very good out there. Nico looked pretty damn good. And Siegs. Again, not playing the best competition, but the Swiss boys looked good. And then obviously Jack looked good tonight. New Jersey Devils showing out on the Olympic stage. Maria D, still can't believe how Tage lifted that puck. Amazing hands. And super tight. What a monster. Could do it all. Love Tage. Jeremy Popper says, if you come across farmhouse ales from France, get them. Okay. Is that a specific brand or is that like a genre? Farmhouse ales. Mike, I'd give almost up anything for Tage. Yeah, so would I. Tage Thompson and Brady are the two guys that I think are like foundationally culture shifting movements. And if you have one of those guys on your team, why would you want to trade him, right? For a 6'6" dude, he's got 5'8" hands. The guy's he's got the mitts, he's got everything. Bacchanal Brunch, Ace, what did the IOC have about issue with? What did you edit out? Well, essentially, they're not very clear. So basically, the way these things work is they could get stuff taken down for pretty much whatever reason they want. And it wasn't very clear in the notice. It said something about artwork, which it would seem like the artwork on the boards. But, you know, I emailed them. They're not going to ever email me back. But I was like, I want a very clear kind of what are you? So does that mean if the boards weren't in it, are you okay with the players being posted? It's very unclear, and it's very unfortunate that they put people in these spots. Bert and Vilkins, thank you for the super happy for Jack. Yeah, so am I. Great outing for him. Bear with me 1 second. I gotta take. It's getting hot in here. Hold on. I gotta just switch this. Yeah, I'm super happy for Jack too. I'm sure he wanted to have a good showing, show that he is worthy of ice time, and he is an elite playmaker in this league. When he plays with guys that can finish, obviously, again, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh, Jack Hughes is, you know, he struggled for the Devils. Let's be real. I think there's a lot of things that went behind it, but I am super happy for him in this Olympic moment thus far. This is the Herb Brooks Streaker Sports link pinned at the top of the chat. This is the Herb Brooks. This is so sick. The Herb Brooks, the hat. Check out Streaker Sports. But yeah, hopefully he carries his confidence for the rest of the tournament. And like I had said from the beginning, hopefully Jack Hughes could go on a tear and help the Americans win a gold medal. That'd be phenomenal. And then ultimately come back to New Jersey, you know, and let that experience serve you well there as well. But, you know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, you know, the New Jersey Devils season has been over for quite some time. And so this would be a little bit of you know, like a soften the blow kind of thing on a Devils season. I mean, it wouldn't fully extinguish the pain at all, but, you know, getting this gold medal would certainly ease the pain a little bit. But yeah, I'm happy for Jack too. Hopefully he continues, and hopefully he plays at a high level and continues to help USA win. Back in action Saturday night against Denmark. Mark Schwab, at least the snacks have less sugar. I haven't looked at a label on anything. JP says, cut Ace a break. You walked 3 miles to watch the Swedes game. Yeah, and I did walk home tonight. I wasn't gonna, but then I basically gave up on concessions in the arena just because the lines are insane and whatever else, and I'm running around trying to do other cool stuff in the arena and see stuff. So I did it the first game. Did a little, you know, arena food run, and that's it. I won't be eating there anymore. So I had to find food on the way home, and I ended up with chips and chocolate bars because there's literally nothing open late at night in the city. I walked, it was about 3 miles or so from the arena to where I'm staying. And yeah, that's what I ended up with a bodega dinner. Timo time with 2 goals today. Yeah, Timo looked good. But again, you know, a lot of guys are going to look good when you play with good line mates, play a lot of minutes against lesser competition. That's not to diminish from their accomplishments, but let's just frame it in the proper, you know, look, everything's perspective. Look at it the right perspective. Like, yes, these are good outcomes and I'm happy about them, But in the grand scheme of what does it mean for New Jersey Devils business, I'm going to say not much. But Mr. White, good opening game for the U.S., but the people losing their shit over Jack Hughes need to chill. They played against Latvian taxi drivers. I don't think they're taxi drivers per se, but yeah, to the point of what I just said, a lot of people are like, oh, see, and like they feel that somehow, Jack Hughes's performance tonight relieves any of the conversations. And for me, it was just the tough conversations surrounding Jack leading up to the Olympic Games from him, not playing those last 3 games and all these things, and some people wanting to trade him and all this talk. To me, this game tonight has zero bearing on any of those conversations. I'm happy he's playing well. I, again, hope he helps USA win a gold. But in the grand scheme of those conversations and all those other things, nothing has changed at all. I mean, in the end, you did not play the 3 biggest games of the Devils season when their life support was on the line. And, it's not a great look, but it is what it is. We're past it now, at least for now. And I just want to see him play well for the American team. But for all the people that think this is some sort of like, I have seen the people online that are like, oh, yeah, it means people that are doing that are just, they were on the losing side of it from the beginning. And so now they're going to try to cling to this as some sort of victory that it's not. But, that's how these people work. Sarabo Broadcasting, how far is the Vatican from the Olympics? I have no idea. I think far. Let's see. We just asked the Googles. Wow. 6 hours and 9 minutes. 578 kilometers. Not close at all. It's way further south. Would Jack have had an assist? Yeah, I think I said this before. I think he would have had an assist on one of the disallowed goals. Also grab Volvic water in the glass bottles, tip top. Yeah, I have to go to a grocery store. I've been just kind of on the move and on the run since I've been here. How I got it, Jeremy Proper. No crappy ingredients like seed oils, sugar, names you can't pronounce. Hockey Live says, hey, it's not easy to drive a taxi in Latvia. Martinelli's with a complaint. Hopefully he left. Jeremy Proper, he would have had a third, and Nelson with the Hattie. Yeah, it would have been cool to see a hat trick. And I certainly would have implored everyone with the USA jersey around me to throw their hat on the ice. You know how I feel about that. Jeremy Proper or Avion glass water. Yeah, I want to go to a grocery store, but I'm in the city, so I haven't really seen Mark Schwab, win or lose, we booze through low percentage beer. It's like a Bud Light. I don't even think it's like a Bud Light. This is like a soda. I got something else, a couple others. I'll check them out. Even weaker. Mark, we have these beers in Europe, but regular beers with no lemonade at 4 to 5%. Jeremy Proper says, is this where Quinn gets Jack to ask for a trade to Mini, a la Zach and Suter? I mean, listen, if that happens, so be it. If you don't want to play for the Devils, you don't have to be here. That's how I look at it. That's how Lou looked at it. If you don't want to be here, we will ship you off. I don't think he does that, though, but it's a possibility. Ride and respect Jack dishing them out on the wing. Good stuff. Yeah, Jack is a playmaker. Playmaker more so than pure goal scorer. Obviously, we'd like to see him score goals for the Devils, but he is a playmaker. He could dish with the best of them. JP said, Ace, your stand interview was off the hook. Good, you just let him talk. Bettman interaction at airport made me laugh. Yeah, thanks, man. Stan is the best. I would wish I could talk to him even more than I do. Great wisdom, great stories, great insight, phenomenal memory. And my goal is always to kind of get these guys going on a story and to just shut up and get out of the way. Let them talk and answer whatever we're talking about. But yeah, Bettman I was delirious, and so was he. He probably at least got to sleep because he was in business class. I was in the back of the plane with the pigeons, just getting rammed, getting my arm. I was on the aisle, and the guy with the cart just kept smashing me. I got hit with the cart like hundreds of times. It was the most active cart I've ever seen. This guy was up, and I'm like, dude, do you ever retire this friggin' thing? I mean, it didn't stop. It was cart action up and down the aisle the entire 8-hour flight. It was the most active cart I have ever seen in my life. Yeah, so much for fourth line minutes is right. Riot and respect. I also can't believe you happened to run into Lord Gary for an interview. Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't thrilled with that, but I snuck my way in there. Mike Sleckman was crazy to just run into Bettman. Yeah, he wasn't happy. I talked to him for a little bit after that too. When I turned, he was cooler when I wasn't videoing him. And he's super calculated in political answers across the board and always is. So, it is what it is. I got to talk to him for a minute on camera. It was cool. Anson Meadows, Jack Hughes, and Matthews leading offense and time on ice. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Who saw it coming? Not many. But if you haven't seen, oh, I'm dying. Check out the vlogs. This is the most recent one I had to edit because of our friends at the IOC. But check it out. I think did I put this up? There is officially a Milano playlist, I think, that's going to have everything on there. The vlogs are coming in hot and heavy soon. I got some good stuff. Hopefully they don't come after me and take it all down. Again, very unclear on what the rules are. And it's unfortunate, but I have some cool stuff in the chamber. What a game. Olympic hockey, being there, phenomenal. Just a great feeling. Mark says, if you ask me, he can go with Billy and Quinn to Minnesota. I mean, listen, I hope he gets it together and just becomes the player that the Devils need. That would be ideal. He is a phenomenal player, best player on the Devils by far. But the question is he going to be the guy that, that they could depend on and a true franchise player? I think there are a lot of legitimate reasons to doubt that at this point. Oh, man, the minutes are wrong. He played 11-14. Check the Olympics site. I was going to say, did he really play? Man, hold on. Now I got to. I thought that seemed excessive, but he was out there a good amount. Let's see. Game notes. This is on. Wait, are these the game notes before the game? I'm trying to find it. Game stats. What is all this pop-ups and shit? This is a terrible website, by the way. The Olympic site is complete trash. I'm trying to decipher, like, the stats get. Yeah, like what? Complete trash. If anyone has the link to a thing that works, drop it in the chat. I can't. Jack's on for a super long possession shift in the second. The stats look great. It's still Latvia. Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, it's a team that they should beat up on. Jack looked better than he looked in a long time. Yeah, give him some fresh line mates and against the team that they should kill. Hope they don't miss Robo. We all do. Listen, if USA does not win a gold medal, people are going to come for Billy G with pitchforks. and say, how was Caulfield and Robertson and maybe a couple other guys not on the team. He obviously had a vision, and we'll see how his vision works out. If they are able to win a gold medal, no one can ever say anything about Billy G. Even more impressive with the less minutes for sure. I'm still trying to find where the minutes are. Again, they just, hockey just needs to get their shit together. Like, why is everything so painful? It's painful to find games. It's painful to find stats. It's like, and says complaining about people eating food on camera is so weak. I mean, especially me at this point, right? Like, that's going to happen at some point. I didn't think it was excessive, but people complain, whatever. Bert, those jerseys were dope AF. Yeah, I love those jerseys. I love the practice jerseys. All the USA, they're super clean. I like this too. Herb. USA gear is just great color scheme. Red, white, and blue. The old red, white, and blue. Metalander Bettman did come over on my flight. He was in business class, and I was with the complete pigeons in the back of the plane. I was in poor class. He was in business class. JP, I can now feel better, at least of today, wearing Jack Hughes jersey again. It was a showing for him. It was a good showing. Again, let's just keep it all into perspective. It was Latvia. Cool. Let's see him continue to do it, and then do it as the competition stiffens and gets against better teams. Hockey Lips, you are dismissed. That's awesome. Is JT the goon of our team? I would say. I mean, it depends. I mean, you can't fight in here, but they have plenty of muscle type guys. Tage could throw his weight around a little bit. Obviously, Brady, JT Miller can. I mean, there's several guys that are not afraid of confrontation. So Brandon says, Ace, welcome to the Olympics. Was Gary on the flight? Yes, Gary Bettman was on the flight. Again, he was in business class. I was in pigeon class. His sense of humor about asking more than two questions just come across as rude. I can see people taking it like that. I think he's kind of this character that you, or at least if you've seen him a bunch of times, he's this character that you expect him to be. And it was, after a long flight, he probably got some sleep. I got absolutely none. But listen, anytime a stranger comes up to you at basically 2 a.m., because that's kind of with the time change, it was around 1:30, 2 a.m., make small talk and ask to film you, and you say yes, I can't complain about the guy. I did think that was funny, and I kind of joked back when he said it. I was like, oh, you're counting them? Something like that, and then asked the other question, and he was like, and like I said, when I stopped filming, he was a little bit cooler than when the camera was rolling. But a lot of people are like that too. Like, there's just something about being recorded or whatever. Because then I was talking to him actually about the crime that is Stan Fischler not being in the Hockey Hall of Fame. So Mark says, Prony is a good beer. Check out a Moretti beer. They have special editions. Anson says, Bettman is rude, but he's probably used to people trashing him for decades. Plays on the psyche. I'm sure. Garden State Hockey. Timo had 2 goals. Nemo assist. Brad assist. Jack 2 assists. But Keefe said it's the players and not his system's fault. Get Keefe out of here. To try to use Olympic play as a reason to condemn an NHL coach is so weak. I'm so sorry. But these guys are playing with some pretty solid line mates, in some cases upgrades over the guys they're playing with in the NHL, but most importantly, playing against overmatched teams. And so to start talking about, not to mention that it's a whole different, ball game. They're playing for their country. It's a whole different world. It's a sport of hockey, but we're literally halfway across the world. They're wearing their country sweater. Like, it couldn't be more different. To blame this, to tie this back to Keefe, I think is just incredibly weak. Now, is it possible that there's, systems or his system is not the best or most ideal for this group? Sure. But in the end, they generate tons of chances and cannot finish. And so I will give you that. I could say Keith could be a part of the problem, a sliver of the blame, but in no way is the massive main problem, and that's on the players for being unable to finish. Brandon says, when you go to a pizza place in Italy, ask them where they get their flour. They will say it's called Manitoba flour. They get it from here, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Okay. Mr. White, for those fluffing Jack Hughes and how great he looked, aren't you pissed he gave the NJD the middle finger in the 3 games where we needed him? For me, it's even worse watching him skate like he did. I knew someone was going to say that. For sure. I mean, and that's, again, a fair point, right? Like, wow, you looked pretty damn good out there. For me, it's a totally different animal. You're playing with different line mates. You know, you're wearing a USA jersey. It's all different. But to the point, Mr. White, yeah, it's like, well, if you were flying around like that, could you have done anything close to that for the Devils in our 3 biggest games of the season? Wouldn't have probably changed anything in the grand scheme of things, but it would have been nice to see you try. Jeremy Proper, why is the Eiffel Tower behind me? Oh, I don't know. That's just the crappy artwork in this location. Obviously, I did not pick it. Brandon Ace, I noticed the chaos entering the game. Clearly, you never read my message about my previous Olympics experience getting into venues. There are tricks and times you get in quicker and smoother. I did not see that message. But either way, it's kind of like I get there when I get there and hope that, you know, it works out. Yeah, obviously, I didn't pick the artwork, sir. Bacchanal says, how about our good old buddy Tuna wearing the C and getting a point? Happy he's doing well. Good for Tuna. Good for Tuna. The temps are pretty good. Today, it honestly, compared to how it's been in New Jersey, it's been, you know, it's been pretty damn nice. I joked and told everybody that I'm going on a tropical vacation compared to, I don't know, is this in Fahrenheit or, let me see. Yeah, it was like 50 degrees today. Beautiful. Tomorrow's going to be high of 59. Oh, God, it's great. Like walking around outside, totally different than in New Jersey currently. I mean, in New Jersey for the past couple of weeks, I feel like on most days it felt like it was in the teens. And like when you walk outside, it feels like your body's submerged in ice cold water. That's not the case here. And so, great change of pace for me. Hate the cold, hate the winter. And it's not like, at least at this point right now, since I've been here, it hasn't been, at night a couple times I was like, damn, it's a little cold, but it hasn't been like New Jersey. Mike Sleckman, smash the like for International Ace You Humps. Thank you. I'm going to try to make this camera's bothering me. This does look like a ransom video quality. Obviously, I don't have all my lights and equipment, but I do have cameras, and I think I will be able to make the next one look better than this. But appreciate you all for, sticking through it here. SJ, USA, Jack and Quinn look dynamite together. Yeah, they're dynamic players. Could have been on the Devils, but we got Fitzgerald. Meadowlander, Elvis left the building after the second period, wore him out. Yeah, I guess they just looked for, they wanted to see a change in there. This thing's cutting my head. USA was getting the better of Elvis. Mr. White, they'll need more than Jack to think about beating the undisputed champs of the world. Oh, he's Canadian. Listen, Canada's got a lethal team, but I'm not counting out the Americans. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. Brandon said, Ace, try to get into short track skating. Canada hockey players went 3 times already, and right after today's game, Crosby organized the outing. It's one of the hottest tickets in week 1. Unfortunately, I just have no more bandwidth. Hold on. I have to step off camera to eat a little piece of my dinner. I apologize. I don't want to offend anybody by eating a piece of chocolate. So please hold it. I'm going to actually get a different beer. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to get a different beer because this one's not doing it. Whoa. Yeah, ideally, I would like to go to other events. There's just simply no time. I'm trying to look for the percentage on this. I think this is legit beer. 4.6. This is another thing I wanted to try. Birra Moretti. Yeah, this I'm done with this. I finished this Peroni, a soda. Basically a soda. Let's see what this is. Victory drinks, folks. So much better than loser beverages. I hope we never have to drink a loser USA beverage. How many NHLers are in Latvia? We know, it's not many. Jeremy Proper, you got to check out the Leonardo da Vinci Museum. Not open every day, and if possible, see The Last Supper. It was phenomenal. I do believe Traveling Devil got tickets for that. Let me check. Yep, he did. We are going to see The Last Supper. In a few days, I believe. Yeah, he's more the tourism board. I was like, I got to go to hockey games and eat a lot of food, and all will be coming soon in the vlogs. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting those. But yeah, definitely going to check out some of that stuff. Not a lot of downtime. Again, hockey games coming in just fast and furious, trying to see as much as I can in between and afterwards, or on the off days. I want to see Jack play like this versus the big team. So do I. Jason, no, he only got 11 minutes of ice time. I wonder if he gets bumped up. Jason, no, it's amazing. Timo scores 2 goals. When was the last time we did it in NJ? When was the last Timo Meier 2-goal game? Was it during the March of Meier last year? He had 2 goals. He did have a 2-goal game against Vancouver last March, and he also had 2 goals against the Rangers on April 5th. He hasn't had 2 goals since, I don't think. Grocery stores, Coop and Esselunga. Okay. Yeah, not since last year. Latvia has less people than Houston, Texas. Don't get your head so big you can't fit through the door. Brandon, Ace, I knew Newark was nice and worthy. If Gary Bettman uses Newark Airport to get to the Olympics and not MIC Airport, there's no bearing on this, Brandon. This is purely a function of coincidence because he lives in Bergen County, New Jersey. I'm not going to lie. I did think that he would have at least, if not a private jet, he would have at least been on a private charter with like some other NHL executives and maybe some executives of teams. I was a bit surprised to learn he was flying commercial, but maybe he's not as bougie as many people think, despite him being filthy, filthy rich. I mean, he's made millions and millions of dollars a year for decades. Robbie's bench toss. What did the IOC strike you for recording gameplay? It's very unclear. In the takedown notice, and I coincidentally got one on X too, like minutes apart, which is strange. But it said, oh shit. See if I could paste it. This is what it said. I'll paste it, which it doesn't make sense to me, but like, okay, like I tell people they could do whatever they want. It said, content used protected original vibe artwork designed for Milano Cortina 2026 displayed on the decorative banners within venues. So that's what it said. And I'm assuming that's like the green graphic that wraps around the boards. But like, it's such a weird thing. Like, that's what I want to know. Like, can I record gameplay and warm-ups if it doesn't have your precious vibe artwork in the background? And I emailed them, but I'm never going to hear back. So it's just discouraging. Like, people try to, no one's getting rich off of any of this. No one's harming your brand. It's not costing you money. It's only anytime people post anything, really, it's all just promotion for the sport of hockey, which in the end they don't care about. They just care about strictly the Olympics. But it is also promotion for the Olympics. To think otherwise is crazy. Try Italian beer, Menabrea Bionda. Okay. I don't know if I'll get to a place that has that, but SJ Tage was a great ad by USA. Sabres are lucky to have him. Yeah, of course. Big body, do a little bit of everything. Tage Thompson. James, Ace, it's going to be 2 a.m. by you. You're not spent from the jet lag. It was 2 a.m. when this thing started, bud. It's 2:52 now. I'm dying. I've snuck in a couple naps, but I'm hoping to kind of catch up at some point. But there's not a break really in the schedule. It's just boom, boom, boom. Games are coming hard and heavy. And I got a game tomorrow at 12 p.m., which is what, 9 hours away. That is the Italy-Slovakia game at the other arena. I think is that the only game I'm going to tomorrow? I think so. Yeah, so that'll give me some time to work on some vlog stuff afterwards, eat some pasta, maybe go to sleep at a reasonable hour. We'll see. We'll see. Who knows what I'm going to get myself into. But the 12-10 games are brutal when there's a night game the night before, because I typically, and not like the game tonight started at 9:10, right? Obviously, this one's a little different since it's a USA. We're doing the live stream. So, I'm realistically going to go to bed at what, 5? By the time I fall asleep, 5 a.m., like local time. And there's a game tomorrow at 12. It kind of sucks. I wish it was a little bit later, but, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Dan says, hard to believe Tage didn't make the Four Nations team. That's funny you mentioned that. My buddy, Steve the Maniac, texted me that during the game. And it's like, it was kind of a shocking omission last year when it was announced as well. I'm not really sure what there had to be some reason Guerin and company didn't feel that, he deserved a spot on the team, but they've obviously corrected that mistake, and he was there, for the Olympics, which matters way more. And so they corrected their error. He hopefully is a big part of this team going forward. And you saw a little bit of what he could do tonight with that beautiful goal. Be careful with the Metro system. The cheeseburger Royale. Is that the Royale or the Royal is the quarter pounder with cheese? Well, I only want to go to McDonald's or one of those places like once just to compare, because I do want authentic food for the most part. But I would like to, I'm going to try out some junk from the stores like I just did. But this was pretty solid. Oh shit! I just dropped it all over the keyboard. The Ritter Sport. Pretty good. That's the Devils power play. All lefties. Why did that site screw that site that I clipped? It seemed weird. Can someone send me a link where you could easily see the real stats? I haven't been able to pull them up. How do you say goodbye to an Italian? Pasta la vista. Like, you should check out the fine Italian cuisine like the Olive Garden. No, I'm all good on that. Snow. Heard Canada's back and looked enormous on that small Ive with Pareko and Doughty. The jersey design looks like the Rags jerseys. Yeah, I know a lot of people said that, but whatever. It's America. I knew red, white, and blue. I associated that with the American flag way before the Rangers. Brendan plays a support class ticket to Italy is still an expensive-ass ticket to Italy. So you'd be surprised. Not as expensive as you would think. When this is all said and done, I am going to make a video when I return about kind of the whole process of an Olympic trip, and also like the money spent and finances. 'Cause I know a lot of people are curious and may want to do something similar in the future and are just kind of curious. And so as like an educational thing, I will make that video kind of breaking it all down for you folks when I return home. But I mean, some of you guys will think anything's expensive, honestly, but some of you will probably be like, that's a lot more tolerable than I had thought. But we'll see. I do think people will be interested, so I will make that video. Metalander, any Devils jerseys in the crowd? I saw some, not a ton, but at the earlier game today, the Swiss France game, I did see, I think, a couple Nikos and a couple, well, I saw definitely Nico and Timo Swiss jerseys, but I did see a few Nico Devils jerseys. And then tonight, I did see several, not tons again, but a handful of Jack Hughes Devils jerseys. Brendan says, pigeons may not be fashionable, but they can still fly. Go US, says Mike. Robbie says, I enjoyed the peasant class coach meal. Oh, man. It was, mine was the mac and cheese. It was pretty brutal. Jeremy Popper says, at 6'3", I needed premium economy. I was hoping to just pass out, but I do think going forward, the move for me, which I would have thought, I always was an aisle guy. I now might be, and I never thought I'd say this, I might be converting to a window guy, because at least that way, no one has to wake you up to get out, which is huge. And I think I might be converting in my older age to a window guy. Never thought I'd see the day, but I think that's going to be the move. You also could kind of lean up there. I think my aisle days are done. I might try to switch. I picked an aisle for my flight home. I might try to change it. I think I'm done with the aisle. McDavid was throwing the body. What do you call dodgy neighborhood in Italy? Spaghetto. Maria, actually, I thought Gary winked at you when he said that. I gotta look at that, Maria. I did not catch that when I was filming, and I honestly didn't even watch the whole thing back. Like, when I'm editing, certain things I have to watch in full, but I knew kind of where to clip that. It's hard to explain, but I'm gonna go back and watch that now. What did Jackie smell like? Some of you people are sick. I'm all congested. I didn't get a scent. It's just being funny. Jeremy Proper, food on Euroflights is actually good. If you fly British Air, Virgin Air, other Europe airlines are better. I mean, the bar's on the floor. I mean, but listen, I do understand the limitations. You are, 35,000 feet in the air. What the hell could you really be expecting? So I kind of get that too. But yeah, I went with the mac and cheese. Like, the guy was like chicken or beef. And I'm like, dude, the guy next to me got meat. And the other guy on the other side of me on the aisle who I was talking to actually had devil stuff on. He ordered the chicken, and I was like, buddy, that is risky business. And it came, and I was looking at it. I couldn't even really see it well. But clearly in that spot, mac and cheese is clearly the choice. Who decides who's inducted? There's a committee. You're talking about the Hall of Fame. Robert says, wait a minute, Stan Fischer's not in the Hall of Fame. That is messed up. Yeah, he is in the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame. He is not in the Hockey Hall of Fame, which is, the Hall of Fame is the Hockey Hall of Fame. He's not in that. Got to figure out how to try to start a petition or some sort of online movement to get him in, because he certainly is deserving, and that's criminal. Jeremy Proper says, keeping the Hebrew out. I wonder if that has something to do with it. I mean, it kind of seems crazy that would be the case. Could it be, though? I mean, I always think, like, what is the real reason? Mia says, I want to see Jack be good against Canada, then everything will be forgotten. Nothing will ever be forgotten in my book, but I certainly would love to see, him play well against Canada. Snow, I don't think the Devils create enough high danger chances. I know you guys want to hang or finishing ability. Hold on one second. I got to close this window now because now it's getting freezing. Hold on. Lottie, you're on the Keefe witch hunt. James Valenti, premium economy is always worth the upgrade. On flights to Europe, it usually includes check bag, carry-on bag, a meal, and a seat that reclines as much as a lazy boy, making it much easier to sleep. I didn't see any upgrades that were not a fortune. And like I said, despite many of you thinking, falsely about my personal situation, I have explained I am old, I don't have kids, and I don't have a wife. And I knew this was coming for a long time and had plenty of time to plan for it financially. And it's not going to cost nearly as much as some of you think. A lot of you are probably completely delusional and will be shocked by whatever the final number is when I break it all down. But some of you will be like, oh, that's not that bad. Jason, in a must-win game before the Olympics, they could only muster up 3 high-danger chances. That's unacceptable. Yeah, but even if they mustered up triple the amount, what would it have mattered? They cannot score. Jeremy Popper says, I need the room. I cannot sleep in any plane ever. The free candy and snacks on Virgin makes it worth it alone. Never sat in first class to Europe, maybe. Meadowland, are you going to Cortina while there, 5 hours away? No. Nope, my slate is pretty full with hockey games. There's only a couple days where there's no games, and on one of those days I'm going to Venice with Travel and Devil, and one day we're going to Florence. Bottle of red, bottle of white. JP says, to avoid taking down my Christmas lights, I'm turning my house into an Italian restaurant. SJ, Devils got to convert on the breakaways. It's killer, constantly missing those. Yeah, but that's New Jersey Devils hockey this year. Mike, it's actually almost laughable how many breakaways are squandered. It's virtually all of them. Honky Lips, do you need tickets to each game or do you pay to attend all the events? No, you have to buy tickets for each game. One game at a time. And the later round games are more than the earlier rounds. Belgium's chocolate is the best I've ever had. Is this? This is an Italian, so I don't really know what it says, but this seems like it's from Peru. This is Peruvian chocolate, I believe. Oh, no. I think that's Peruvian chocolate. Maria says, I always check the ABV before buying. Yeah, I guess it was a rookie mistake. I was excited when I saw the lemon flavor. I was super excited that I was in a convenience store that was open. At what time is it? 3 now? So it was like around 12:30, 12:45 when I was walking back from the arena. I had not passed a single place that was open. This is a city. There's nothing open. So when I found a place and had beers, I was like, this is great. I bought chips, chocolate, beers. They had no real food. I was happy to find anything. Jason, they still have dial-up internet in Italy. Probably in some parts, but I have some sort of, Wi-Fi situation here. Tuesday is the Last Supper painting. Yeah, I have that on my list. Maria says, don't forget to pick up some leather goods. Great shopping in Milan. Maria, what kind of leather goods do I need, Maria? Maybe a wallet or a belt, maybe. I'm not really much of a shopper, Maria, but everyone says this is like a fashion capital of some sort of the world. I do have to try, poke around a little bit more. I haven't had much time. Like I said, it's been nonstop games. I'm really hoping to tomorrow start crushing the pasta. I really need to hit the pasta tomorrow. I haven't been able to find any. Very brief time I've had, though. I've only been here for like a day and a half-ish. I guess 2 days, but I went to 3 or 4 games already. Three games. Yeah, I'm still delirious, but I need that pasta for sure. Jeremy Proper, I hope all the 7 players bring back this type of play to New Jersey. We sure need it. That'd be nice. What's going on, Selecta Boy? So far, so good. Even better after USA finished off with that victory. I mean, it would have been tragic. Would have been tragic if, if they didn't beat Latvia. But Beachmaster said, glad I got to watch it before it got taken down. Yeah, it sucks. And, I told you guys, I don't care truly about views and stuff. But in terms of trying to grow the channel and be able to do cooler stuff, all of it helps. And that one was doing decent. And now, the edited version is not doing nearly as good because, I get it. It was the second time around. Whoever watched it the first time is not going to watch it again. But I would appreciate if you just let it play on your computer. No one knows if you watched it or not. Just hit the button. But yeah, it sucks. If you got to see it before it got taken down, then you got a little bit of bonus footage. Are there signs that say no photography? No, it does not say that anywhere. Vibe artwork. Yeah, I guess Vibe artwork is that green stuff. That's, that's like the thing, the logo that's wrapped around. Ryan Fisher says, I was watching it when it got taken down. It was sketchy. Kicked me right out. It's crazy. Jason, no, they had someone filming the arena today in the small little Corona beers they sell. Yeah, there's like a little 10-ounce beers that people are walking around with everywhere. They look kind of funny. Frank, watching Jack zip all over the ice like he was shot out of a cannon while simultaneously exciting and infuriating. He hasn't played at that speed for the Devils since October. Makes you think, right? Makes you think. FDT LGD. Tage Thompson with the uppercut. Brady with the Freebird collision. All hell broke loose after that. Floodgates open for the Hughes brothers and more. Woo! Canada shut out the Czechs. I just want us to get them in the gold medal game. Jeremy Proper, thank you, Ace, for burning the mid oil for us diehards. You are appreciated. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the continued support for however long you've been here for. Would really appreciate you guys watching those vlogs. But yeah, I love this sport. I love this team. I love shit like this. Team USA. I'm in the Olympics. I'm at the Olympics for the first time in Italy. Two things I've been wanting to do forever. So this is kind of a trip of a lifetime for me. It's pretty cool. And look forward to the rest of it. It's just getting started. Meadowlander says, try to get to a women's game. They're awesome and they may take gold. I am not going to anything. My dance card is completely full. I got no time for nothing. Any sort of breaks I get will go towards probably sleep because this is going to be a sleep deprivation trip like no other. Yeah, the time difference 6 hours ahead here. Jay Snow, nice to have Jack actually have a finisher on his line. Yeah, it was nice. Jack was the best player on the ice today. Coach is going to have to play that line bigger minutes. I mean, listen, when you produce, it's the greatest way to get more time, right? We're going to see. But Jack would definitely look like he had that jump. Brendan, one of the few benefits of being short as hell, my genetics cooked me, is not needing leg room on planes. That's definitely one of the bonuses. I for sure could understand that. This feels like a Seinfeld bit. Are you a window guy or an aisle guy? Yeah, I used to be an aisle guy. I don't think I am anymore. I think they're shoving me to the window now. At least you had beer on the plane. Yeah, I only got one though. I got one beer and a red wine. I thought it was gonna. I know if they kept coming, it may have knocked me out. But like I said, the male stewardess was ramming me with the cart. Like I got whacked in the arm so many times. BG Cheese, what did you eat today? Hold on. Honestly, like not much real food because of the schedule I had. The two games with very little time in between by the time I got back. So today I basically had some pizza, some pastries, and then the junk food as a late night snack. JP Ace, jet lag is at its worst to me on the second day. If you can find it, vitamin water. Yeah, I'm going to get some of that tomorrow. I haven't been able to find anything. Honestly, I've been on the move. I've been on the move a lot. I haven't had a lot of downtime to go shopping or find food. Like I've, running to the arena and back essentially since I got here. Tomorrow I should have a little more time because there's only one game. Meadowlander, give me a 1 to 10 rating on Italian women. Sorry, Maria. I haven't really been out and about enough. Well, we'll reconvene on this later in the trip. Jeremy Proper says in Milan, solid 8+. Maria Meadowlander, no worries, I'm not Italian. Oh, yeah, I guess you must have missed that episode where I forget who Maria was fighting. She was fighting somebody in the chat. It was pretty funny about their heritage. It was a heritage beef. JP, let's get shirts made. Stand for Hall of Fame. Ace, talk to your sports merchandise peeps. I think we need a little more movement than a T-shirt. I mean, the T-shirt's a nice touch, but we're going to need more than a T-shirt to get this man into the Hall, and it's going to start with probably some kind. I'm in the preliminary stages of thinking about this, but anyone who has any sort of platform or is associated with the Devils, Devils, Islanders, Rangers all should have a very good understanding of Stan Fischler's importance and significance to the sport. And that's actually what I don't know if I mentioned this before. I'm delirious. Like I said, that is what I briefly talked with Gary Bettman about when I stopped recording. And he's friends with Stan, or friendly with him. And he was talking about it, and he completely agrees that Stan should be in the Hall of Fame as well. But obviously, Gary Bettman and the NHL have nothing to do with determining who goes into the Hockey Hall of Fame. So it goes well beyond his scope. But I think it starts with an online petition of some kind, and would require, a lot of people either tagging the Hall of Fame or people in the committee, whatever it may be. But it definitely would require a lot of kind of reposting and people just kind of hammering it home that, like, Stan belongs in the Hockey Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous. Jeremy Popper says, fashion capital of Italy, hot chicks everywhere, mini NYC. John Fay, Jack playing better for USA than the Devils. James is asking crazy stuff. No, James. Jay Snow, I'm not killing Keefe. Players, the GM, the coach, whoever you want to put on this team is just garbage. I'm kind of with you there. Honky Lips, I can't sleep on a plane either. I'm always like a German Shepherd on high alert for who knows what. I mean, listen, if I didn't have people touching me or bothering me, in some cases I could. It goes both ways. I've had plenty of flights where I did pass out and plenty that I have not. I'll tell you this, if I had what I saw, walking, they make the poor people, when you walk on the plane, you walk past all the people in the business class, and they're like in these like they look like swivel coffins almost. Like they like swiveled, and they were all like it looked like a swivel coffin, a lazy boy swivel coffin at the front of the plane. And I was looking at these people, and I'm like, you sons of a bitches. Like, I would be able to pass out in that in 2 seconds. If I was able to fully recline and I was able to be isolated so that no one is going to touch my person with a cart or a shoulder or anything, if I could just be mostly horizontal and encapsulated, it'd be a wrap. I'd be out before we even got in the air. I would have been night. I would have been drooling. But where I was, that was not the case. And I think I am going to seriously consider the aisle on the way home. Jay Snow, we should literally be dead last in the Metro. The Rangers don't have their 3 best players. Jeremy Popper says, go see the Roman ruins in, I don't know how to say that, outside Florence. Let me take a little picture of that. We'll send that to Traveling Devil. That's his department. Maria says, belt, wallet, shoes. You're in Italy, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, Maria, I typically, I guess the wallet would be the most usage. I typically don't wear fancy shoes that often here and there. And the same with I'll go look, Maria, just to make you happy. Let me go find some leather goods out on these streets. How I got a Jeremy Popper belt. Mine has lasted longer than any other I've had. Maria's right. Leather is boss there. Jason, no, you have to take a train, then a shuttle to the arena. So where I'm staying, I think is let me tell you right now. I think it's like a little over 3 miles. I've walked there once and I've walked back once. I do believe there is like trains and stuff and shuttles, but man, like it's all a pain in the ass. I rather just walk or just take an Uber. Like, I don't know. I don't like the in between. It's not showing up now. I think it's like 3 to 3.5 miles from where I'm staying. So like I said, I walked to the game last night, the Italy-Sweden game. I walked there, took a taxi home. Then, because I was pressed for time, I went to the the Switzerland-France game this morning. I took a cab there and back. And then I had a couple hours in between that game and the night game, the USA game tonight. And so I did some computer work in that time and took like an hour or so nap. And then it was time to go back for the night game. So I took a took a cab to the game tonight and walked back. So I'm going to start tomorrow when I wake up with some pretty good steps. If you haven't seen it, let me put this in there. I'm not going to give it all away here, but if you first vlog, there's 2 vlogs now, and there's going to be a lot of them coming fast and furious. But if you haven't seen the first one, there's 2 contest announcements in that vlog. I just put the link in the chat. I'm getting closer to caught up here. John njdevils, what's going on, man? What's up, Ace? USA. Jack was filthy today, still on my shit list. He's a slick passer. Enjoy the chip, bro. Thanks. Yeah. Listen, I'll always have my issues. I like the guy, like the kid. He's a New Jersey Devil. He's an American. He's trying to help us win a gold. But like I said earlier in this chat, in the stream, that, for me, it doesn't erase the slate of those difficult kind of conversations that need to be had. But we'll see where it all kind of ends up. That's kind of where I'm at with this. Stevens Forever says, Sup Ace, are the women much better looking there or the same? I imagine if Jersey had 100 women. I haven't honestly seen a ton. I've been mostly at the arena. I haven't been out and about in the world. Germany beat Denmark. Bar down Bilka needs to show the guys in the Devils how to shoot. What is bar down Bilka? Maria says, bought a leather wallet in a department store in Rome over 25 years ago, and it's still going strong. Indestructible. Okay. All right. SJ says, Nelson is underrated. He's good at getting open. Jason, no, I didn't think Brock Nelson should be on this team, but he's having a great year. You guys, a lot of people, and I'm not saying this is Snow, but just in general, like, there's something to be said for, like, a lot of these vets are gangsters, guys, and you don't understand, and a lot of people are going to just kind of tune me out, and, they're like, oh, you just like the old guys, this, that, and the other thing. But the old guys have been there. They have the experience. And there's just something about, and I'm not saying every old guy, but there's certain guys that are crafty vets. Brock Nelson is a crafty vet. Crafty vet. And I thought Stammer could have been that guy for the Devils. Now, a lot of you flamed me for that. That ship has sailed. Cheers to all of you. Stammer completely out the window now, but once upon a time, it seemed realistic. John Fay, the jet lag is going to be crazy. Oh, it already is. It already is. It already has been kicking my ass. I'm hoping to kind of get over it in a couple days. Jeremy Proper is on the Avs. I'd probably have a good year on this year's Avs. Yeah, but, he was dangerous on the island, too. Yasuo Phoenix, Ace riding Gen Pop on United. Yeah, brutal. Gen Pop on United is brutal. I'm lucky I'm here to tell the story. Benjamin, booze still free. It was on KLM for years. What airline did you fly? So it's not like unlimited amounts of booze. It's like whenever the guy came around, which, I mean, I don't want to be this person either. But I guess now that we're talking about it, I've had some nice male stewardesses. This guy was not very nice. I'm not gonna lie. He had a little bit of an attitude. I had a little thing with him, and I think a couple other people did too. I wasn't a fan. I was like, you know what? This is bullshit. Like, where's the nice lady stewardesses? You're not that. You're kind of a mean guy. I didn't like him. Not at all. Fake Death. Going to Rome, Florence, and then the Jungfrau region of Switzerland for 2 weeks in September. Cannot wait. Think I'm going to bring my Heischer jersey to wear to a bar. Nice. John says we need some new running with the Devils merchandise. Do people really want merchandise, though? People say they want merchandise until it's available, until it's released. And then everyone's like, I don't know. I think I have an idea. I have an idea for something maybe that'll come out soon. Seems like I also got varnished on KLM. The 5-star, thank you for the super. Those 2 goals called back were BS. So it's hard to see in the arena. Like I said, it was kind of crazy. The offsides one was very hard to tell in the arena. And again, I just got home barely before this live started because I did walk and kind of went looking for an adventure in the form of food. So I didn't get to watch anything yet. And I will try to watch it when I get off of here. But was the offsides one BS too? I know it seemed like per the rules, in the NHL, the goalie interference wouldn't have been goalie interference, but per their rules, everyone seemed to think that it was the correct call, and you basically can't do anything towards a goalie, in these international competitions. But if you haven't hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up for your boy. It's 321 where I am. Going to be running on fumes tomorrow. And for the most of this trip, got some cool vlog stuff in the works. Hopefully the big bad IOC does not come calling for me again or come knocking me. Don't know still what is allowed and what is not allowed. Hoping for the best here, but I don't know. It doesn't give me the warm and fuzzies that they did this. Mr. White says, bro, go hit a bar. There has to be locals and tourists. The full Olympic experience. Faye, it was not wrong call. The goalie interference was sadly a good call, but I don't know about the offside call. Crazy Alex, I just took a short plane ride today. I love looking at the window, flew by NYC. Where did you go to? Michael says, go try cacio pepe pasta. Oh, trust me. Listen, tomorrow, my number one thing is looking for multiple pastas. That I need to really start honing in on the pasta portion of the food review circuit. Jason, when the screen freezes, there's some great screenshots of you, Ace. Oh boy. I think my mother texted me and said it looked like my screen froze, but her connection at her house sucks. So I just thought it was her. Shout out to Ma Dukes. Texted me my screen froze. SJ, a petition for Stan the Maven. There's got to be something. I could only do so much, but I'm going to try to get the people involved that could potentially help move this thing forward. Like one person, or at least me, in by myself cannot do anything, but hopefully being a mouthpiece to get the ball in motion, to get the right people involved, that maybe we could correct this wrong as a community. Would love to be able to be part of something like that, because I think that is an egregious crime. How much does Traveling Devil actually travel in a year? You would have to ask him that. Jeremy Popper says taxi or Uber. So internationally, I honestly don't even know what the hell the difference is. I think I'm actually getting taxis through Uber because like everyone's tapped into Uber now. Let me see if I can pull it up. But when you book it, I think it's actually... I think it was actually taxis through Uber, but like the service, I had a bunch of issues. I don't want to get into it. I'm still a little scarred. The GPS is not perfectly right. And then the pickup point, I was walking and I thought it was canceled because the guy froze on my thing. And then I ended up like way down the street. And then when it finally reloaded, it was like, oh, your pickup point is where I was 5 minutes ago. And I was like, this is bullshit. I messaged the guy. I'm like, I'm up the street now. I'm like, it was a whole thing. It's annoying. I think I'm going to have to come up with a new strategy for booking these things. Maybe like when I'm stationary somewhere, not on the move, and hope that it doesn't mess up. But it was super annoying. But, everything's annoying and everything annoys the shit out of me. Processes and things are really just taxing on my life. Tom says, I wish we had more veterans on the Devils, grizzled vets. You need the right ones, not just washed up retirement home type guys, but battle-worn, crafty vets, which Brock Nelson certainly is. Oh, Bilka is a women's player on the USC team with 2 nasty bar down goals versus Canada. Who's the girl that made the crazy? I think she's still in college. Maybe she had the crazy like one-handed assist, and then she had a really good assist the other day as well. Score was 5-1, Team USA. Stevens Forever says, how long until you get homesick? Never. I don't get homesick. Personally, it's just not something, I'll miss like my family and stuff, but like homesick, like I could be, I'm kind of a lone wolf. I'm just a lone wolf out here in these streets. I could be on the road for a long time and not get homesick. Like I'll miss my family and stuff, like my mom and my little nephews and stuff. But and Chef Franco, shout out to Chef Franco, My mother's husband, Chef Franco, a very good man. But yeah, I don't get homesick, especially for 2 weeks. I mean, maybe if we're talking like months, like if I was like in the military or something, then like maybe, but like 2 weeks, weeks fly. Like I've already been here for let me think. I'm trying to do some math. My brain is fried. So I've been here for, it's actually not that long actually. So I've been here for, I don't know, call it, it'll be 48 hours after I wake up. Days and weeks fly by. Like before I know it, it's going to be like, wow, I can't believe the trip's over. Like that happens to me everywhere I go. So I know that's going to happen here as well. So homesick, I will not get homesick, but there's elements or aspects of home I will miss, but nothing like crazy. I lost my spot. Yeah, I'm going to get a lot of pasta tomorrow. I'm very excited for it. Tom Ace, how was the food at the arena? Usually it's terrible from the Olympics I've been to. It was okay. It's in the vlog if you're interested. I had cheeseburgers, 2 cheeseburgers, French fries, and like chicken fingers. Anthony Manzano, men shouldn't be in hospitality, to be honest, because our personality tends to be more hostile and testosterone fueled. So if I'm being, this is terrible. This is terrible, but I have to be real. I don't know if I could say that that's a blanket thing. I will say this specific man did not seem like the overly testosterone type. Now, I don't know. He definitely seemed, I don't know if I want to call it hostile, but he was easily agitated. I don't know. And it wasn't just with me, it was other people too, but he literally whacked me like when I was protruding in the aisle a little bit. That's why I like to get the aisle. And I thought being in the back, like maybe it won't be that bad. Oh, it was brutal. This guy, this cart, this was the most active cart. If there was what is it, an odometer? That's when, not a speedometer. Yeah, the amount of miles, odometer. If there was an odometer on this cart during this 8-hour flight, this dude must have put 20 miles on this cart. This thing was up and down the aisle every 2 seconds. I was like, buddy, how many things, do you want a water? Do you want this? Do you want that? I'm like, can't you just ask them and bring the shit off the cart instead of just wheeling the cart continuous? This cart didn't stop the entire flight. It was up and back, up and back. I never had a chance of even falling asleep. The one time I did, like, doze off a little bit, it was short-lived because he came and whacked me with the cart again. My arm or leg was out there, and he was like, a cart coming through, whack. And like, he thinks like, saying watch the cart as he runs you over with the cart makes it okay. And I'm like, buddy, like, this is not okay. I was furious. Troy says, you didn't say you'd be walking 7 miles a day to guess the weight gain. I told you all that your boy is going to put up steps. Now, I didn't say how many because I don't know, but I said it'd be a lot. And it's not purposely to offset the weight gain. It's just a function of traveling and kind of what happens on travel. That I tend to walk more than I would at home. So, it's not going to be 7 miles a day though, or some days it'll be more than that. But I walked to the arena yesterday on the way there, and today I only walked on the way back. If I'm being honest, I'll tell you that my steps are a bit through the first few days are a bit lower than I was hoping, if I'm being real. But now I have crazy goals. I showed you guys my 2025, my single highest day, and that was a whopper. Steps wise, it was a whopper. John said Latvia fans must have been like, what the just happened? Well, I mean, did they really expect to win though? I mean, they were in the game. I mean, they should be happy. They should be happy that they were as competitive as they were for as long as it lasted. I mean, that was a pretty decent showing. Maria says, how did the IOC find your vlog? They obviously have these a militia of people that just go scour every platform essentially. And I got one on X as well, and I'm definitely not the only one, that they go and scour these platforms for, I guess, using, either relevant hashtags or keywords, whatever it is, and they just mass take down people's stuff. So they must have just found it by putting in Olympics or whatever they put in. They found my vlog and I got whacked. And it's still unclear to this point exactly what is allowed and what isn't. Obviously, I reached out to the email address listed on the takedown notice, but they probably have millions of emails in that box they're never going to answer. And so it's risky business, because if I get hit with, more of them, it's not good. So I don't really know what to do. I'm obviously going to put out the vlogs. I just don't know what is allowed and what isn't, and would like some clarity. Tom Mason, what video did the IOC ban? It was a part of they got my vlog taken down because of the artwork, their vibe artwork, which I do believe is that weird kind of thing in the green that wraps around the arena. But I think they could probably pick any reason that they want when they're the IOC, and YouTube will just take it down. Faces 2 callback goals, and all of a sudden in the second and third, the floodgates opened. Yeah, Jack Hughes, baby. Jack Hughes. Anthony Manzano says, international hockey and European hockey in general, are they more lenient and swallow the whistles when it comes to these endgame penalties like offsides or boarding? Was that a question or a statement? I think they're going to call if anything, they would probably be less lenient under that system. But I think some of the refs are NHL refs. In half 2, I have all the Dutch traits, 6'3", redhead, and got off the bus, and 3 Dutch people asked me for directions in Dutch in Amsterdam. I got unlucky with the steward. Yeah, he whacked me with the cart several times. I think he enjoyed it too. He's like, "Oh, cart coming through, whack!" I'm like, "Oh, that was bone in the bone." John njdevils says, it's going to be nice having 2 games this weekend at 3:10. Hard to catch these games at work all day. Yeah, definitely. I could see that being a challenge. We got 3:10 for the next couple. What am I doing? I have the thing over here. I'm delirious. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday afternoon, 3:10 local, back to back. Are they going to ride Hellebuck for all these? We will find out. We will find out. Go get some sleep, big dog, soon. Soon and very soon I will. Stevens Forever says, I wish I was as friendly and likable as you. I've been told I'm aloof. Talking about me. I mean, I would say some people classify me as friendly and likable, and a whole lot of people would not classify me as that. I would like to believe that it's true, that I am friendly and likable, but I've been told by a lot of people that is not the case. It depends who you ask. Benjamin says, I have one tattoo. I woke up in some chick's studio apartment with a paper towel taped to my chest. No clue how it happened. Amsterdam. That is a phenomenal story. A phenomenal story. It could have been worse. You could have woke up in an ice tub with a note that says, call 911. We took your kidney. So I guess the tattoo is you got off cheap. Crazy place. Devil's Den, my man Austin, what's going on? Hey, Ace, heard about the IOC situation. One of the worst things to do to fans who are just trying to help grow the game. The crazy attempts to tamper down on fans who are just trying to share. Yeah, I mean, they pay money for these rights, and then they think that we're somehow, taking money out of their pocket. Like our little audiences somehow has a bearing on the Olympics. It's all crazy, but this is what, these suits in boardrooms that think they know better. And I'm not just saying this because I'm involved in this kind of weird world now of whatever you want to call this, videos and content. I thought even before I ever posted a damn video myself, I always had thought that people doing these types of things, whether it's for, bands or sporting teams or whatever it is, I always thought that those people were an asset to whatever it is they were posting about, because like most things, it's like all publicity is good publicity kind of thing. And the more people or parties that are getting behind something or sharing info or videos or articles, whatever it is on something, is good in terms of yeah, I guess growing or moving that team, person, place, whatever it is forward. But the suits, I will say, of these different organizations, whether it's leagues or teams or whatever, think very differently, think they know better, and they see all of these outlets or people as parasitic more so than, I guess, an asset to them, which is beyond bonkers, because there are plenty of brilliant people in business and all these things that have realized and wrote articles or whatever about the way that this could be a benefit. But the IOC is obviously still living in the Stone Age. John says my screen froze to Ace drinking the beer. Ben Jamin says Denmark Saturday. Dare I say that should be a win? I mean, listen, USA should cruise through their first 3 games if we're being real. Denmark and Germany, and then head into the playoff round. Now, this is a short tournament. Anything can happen. Teams can get hot. Goalies can get hot. We know all the cliches of this sport, but you got to take care of business. Oh, the 5 stars. I missed this. Thank you for the super. You'll be running on fumes. A good win either way. No, it's bad. It's bad. I'm on fumes. I've been on fumes. I'm going to be on fumes tomorrow. Let me just check. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm only going to the 1 game. And then Travel and Devil will be here on Saturday, and we got 2 games. Yeah, I guess my chance to really kind of get caught up will be tomorrow. But after that, I still got to do some vlog stuff. After that Italy game, I want to crush a ton of pasta. Yeah, hopefully between tomorrow and Saturday, I'll get some naps in and some decent sleep. But we got business to handle over here. The 5-star, go to Toronto with an A if you're in Italy. North Italy, dope. Toronto with an A. Euro name running on fumes. No, I'll definitely get some gnocchi. I want to try all the pastas, folks. No less than I'll have at least a dozen before I leave. I got off to a slow start, but I got some good pastries today and some decent pizza. Look for those in the next vlogs. I'm not sure how to chop these vlogs up yet, but it seems like people like shorter stuff. So maybe there'll be like a first half of the day vlog and a second half, as long as the big bad IOC doesn't get me busted up. Metalander, does the arena look unfinished? I mean, to some extent, but it's not like, some people were making it out to be like it was going to be a construction zone. It certainly doesn't look like that at all. It just seems like certain stuff was kind of rushed or not, like, the bathroom, some of the bathrooms are kind of weird. But I don't need anything fancy. Just give me a seat and let's go. This is Olympic hockey. Mr. White says, when I flew business class to Singapore and Thailand, 21-hour flight. Is that 21 hours straight? I was in a bubble where nobody can see us. Best experience I've had flying ever, and it's not even close. You're in a personalized bubble, huh? KLM cart was always active. One time flying back to JFK, they cracked 3 handle bottles of Jack Daniels and were passing shots around an hour before we landed. Nice. Very nice. I would have tipped the card over. James says, Jack Hughes looked alive today. It's really sad he couldn't act this way with the Devils. I really don't want this child back on our team. I'm not a hater. Just embrace it. Hopefully he gets he grows up a little bit. But, the question marks will remain. Mr. White, I need to go catch a soccer game in a stadium loaded with 80K drunk singing their heads off for 90 minutes. In Europe. Yeah, I always wanted to be an honorary member of one of the soccer gangs, like in Green Street Hooligans. Daniel says, Ace, do yourself a favor and walk your ass to Pasticceria Castelnuovo for all right, I took a picture of that. I will test that. Let me see how far that is from me. But do you have any pasta spots? It seems like bakeries are easier to find. I just want to go to a pasta place where I could order like 6 things. Pasticceria. Ooh, this is kind of far. Oh, it's not that far. It's it's an hour and a half walk. 3.8 miles. Bring back a bottle of grappa. If you don't, apparently it'll be bad karma if you don't. I haven't looked into what are the rules of bringing stuff back. I'm sure customs is a nightmare. And honestly, getting into here, they made you do a bunch of I felt like I was in a movie, like fingerprint shit. Look at the thing. I feel like my identity was going to be stolen and they're going to make a clone robot of me. They're doing facial scans. Your hand is on the thing, scan your passport. I'm like, my God, are they going to pull hair out and do a DNA sample too? I mean, the shit was crazy. I've never seen such high level stuff, like all of it. E-Learns are what's going on, man. I'm having a great time thus far. I'm very run down. Steven Trevor, you would have you would have all these views if you weren't likable. I guess I said you wouldn't. No, I appreciate that. I mean, obviously, most of you came here as a function of being a Devils fan as well. And there are people making Devil stuff, but there's not tons. Like there's some teams where there's like hundreds of people talking about the team. We're a small market team. We're just trying to find our way back to relevance, baby. Let's go. I just want the Devils to be good again. I really want them to be good again. Jeremy Popper says cops in Amsterdam don't either. Jumped on the train without a ticket and almost went to jail. They don't play and are enormous. Why would you jump on the train without a ticket? The least thing, what I'm never looking to give people a reason to, give me a ride in a police car, put the bracelets on. I'm trying to stay, as an old friend would say, you got to stay sucker free. Troy Machine, I thought you might have gotten strikes for the copyright music in the background. No, so with the music, I don't know that anyone would ever have it taken down. If it's a monetized video, they would just claim the monetization portion. I don't know that I've ever heard of someone getting taken down for music. I suppose it's possible, but I've never heard about that. It's more common with stuff like the IOC and things of that nature. Germany will be tougher than we think. Oh, I believe it, but this is USA. They gotta figure it out. Take care of business. JP would think by now the Devils would have an escort for Jack Hughes. Why is he not wrapped in bubble wrap wherever he goes? I don't know that bubble wrap would have saved them from the glass at Chicago cut. Benjamin Swiss Huge too. I didn't pay for the annual sticker to ride the road one day. They should have a weekly pass. Also something with driving overseas. Daniel says Toronto is southern Italy, by the way. Check my last name. It is the naval capital of Italy. Nice. Oh, gelato's definitely on the list. The cold one. First of all, it's not that cold here compared to New Jersey. This is the tropics, so even if it was bitter cold, that's not going to stop me from my love of gelato and in the quest to rank all the gelatos or rate them. I'm an iced coffee guy the year long. Even when it was freezing cold in New Jersey, those guys, I was drinking iced coffee. Drinking iced coffee. Lobs, he says, amazing camera. Are you making fun of my webcam that's on my laptop? It's bothering me. It looks like one of the hostage videos. I think I'm gonna have to hook up. I think I'm gonna have to hook up one of my real cameras before the next one. Yeah, this is not acceptable. You know, but this is international situation. So, but I do want to hook up the. I'll test it. There's traveling devil. Turkish airline has really good business class and priced for plumps like myself. Well, I still never flew business class. Maria says, "Welcome to international travel." Ace, it was my first long flight. I've been to a couple places outside the U.S., but not like super far. Send them traveling. I've been on the move. You know this. I've had no time. Just trek into the arena and back. Security is crazy for the Olympics to take it super serious. Maria got detained once at Heathrow for overstaying my student visa for like 2 days. Ooh. Yeah, all these things scare me. I've seen too many movies of like or shows where people just get in bad situations overseas and it gets ugly. Jason, no, the Devils suck. Enjoy meaningful hockey. They certainly do. And I've been looking forward to this for a while. Hopefully, I could see a gold medal victory. USA, USA. Streaker Sports, link pinned in the top of the chat for all your USA, the freshest of gear. You'll be seeing some more of it if you haven't seen it yet, but hats, shirts, sweatshirts. This was a nice kind of break from Devils hockey. And it's going to be depressing when the season starts up again because we're back to the reality of no playoffs. So I'm going to enjoy meaningful hockey and hope that this group can bring a gold medal back to the States. Would really be a beautiful, beautiful story. And it wouldn't alleviate the sting of the Devils season, but it certainly would numb it a little bit. It would at least numb it a little bit. Honky Lip said, my nono used to make grappa. It was outstanding. No idea the proof, but your car could be fueled by it. Well, I imagine that'd be pretty high proof. Pretty high proof. Lobsy said, I plan on going to the Netherlands during this summer or next summer for my birthday, but now that you describe all these experiences, I think I might be in for a ride. Benjamin, Ace, find a Prix Fix joint. They often buy a ton of one thing and serve like 3 courses. Great value. Maybe. Canteen Milano for dinner, 4.8 on TripAdvisor. I just want to go to a place that has a bunch of pastas and be like, yo, I'm going to need these 5 pastas. Can you give me like half portions? And maybe order like 6. So that's like 3 full portions. I think I could do 3 full portions easily. So let me get 6 half portions of everything on the menu. You guys will see that. It'll be in a vlog, obviously. The pasta is going to be in a lot of vlogs. Traveling says it's not that hard to travel internationally. Just give yourself time to plan it out. I agree. Jeremy Proper says almost 4 a.m. This is an all-timer. Yeah, it is. It's 3:50 on the Fitbit. Yeah, I'm running on a lot of adrenaline right now. Adrenaline and I guess the compound effects of the. I made friends with a nice woman in the. She knows English a little bit. A lot of people did. I did think there was going to be way more English speaking people around here, and it might be 50-50. But anyway, I made friends with the nice one of the nice women in the bakery kind of situation. And I've had a couple cappuccinos from there today with extra espresso in it, and I'm just like, just slamming them down, fueling me. There is no iced coffee out here, I don't think. So I've just been getting cappuccinos with extra espresso, and then I'll occasionally pepper in a Red Bull. Stevens forever. I've been to other Devils podcasts and don't last long. They bore me. Don't mind me, I'm baked. Besides hockey, what else do you plan on doing in Italy besides the food? Mostly the food and hockey, honestly. But Traveling Devil, another regular here, will be out here in a couple days. We have a couple of day trips planned to Venice and Florence, and those will both be filled with tons of food and I guess all the normal touristy stuff as well. But mostly hockey and food everywhere without, and then sprinkled in little touristy kind of things. The 5-star, this is a good experience for Jack to be our first 100-point player eventually. I'd like to think that, but, you have to play a lot of games to get to 100 points. Even playing at a high level, I think you're going to have to play for Jack Hughes, 70 games? How many games did he play that season that he got the 99? He played 78 games. Yeah, I mean, I think when he's playing at his highest level, he could probably hit it in like 70 games. And he looked great to start the year. I will not take that away from him. He looked great to start the year, and then it all went downhill. Chicago cut. So, I don't know. No, I don't think we're going to go 25-0. The 5-star says penny pasta for the win. Benjamin says, or Maria says to Benjamin, was some cocky immigration agent and supervisor let me back into the UK to attend the funeral of my then boyfriend's dad. Damn. So it worked out. But some of them can be impossible. JP says Olympic sailing results are in. Denmark has taken gold. Finland has taken silver. Somalia have taken a middle-aged couple around a world. Yo, you people are crazy. Traveling says I can't wait to get on the plane. Yeah, well, then I'll have some guidance in my life. I feel like I'm a runaway kid right now, just out here left in my own devices, just eating, junk food for dinner. But it happens. I understood the risks I was taking. That's why I ate a little pizza. At my spot before I took off for the game tonight. But I needed that hour nap desperately. Without that nap, I would have been cooked. I mean, I'm still cooked anyway. But between tomorrow and Saturday, I have the Italy. I'm going to see Nemo tomorrow. The last Devil I haven't seen yet. I've seen Brader, Markey, Nico, Timo, Siegs, and then Jack tonight. Tomorrow I will see Nemo, the last Devils Olympian for me to see in person. And then hopefully I'm going to see Jack a bunch of times. And hopefully I see maybe some of the other guys down the line. What's going on, Amagi? That's a decent beer. Biera Moretti. Benjamin, I thought Quinn would break the mold and not look like a garden gnome. Silly me. What do you mean look like a garden gnome? Quinn's a beast, man. That was a huge miss by the Devs. Huge miss not to get that, man. He was flying out there. He had 2 assists and he had a disallowed goal. Tragic. All right, I'm running to the bathroom. I'm going to start shutting it down. Appreciate you all for coming out. Cheers to all of you. I got to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back, and then we shut this thing down. Throw out thoughts, comments, questions, maybe stuff you want to see in the vlogs. Give me some suggestions for that. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of food and there's going to be a lot of hockey. But anything else, throw it out there. Comments, suggestions. Be right back. Quick bathroom break. And then we'll start shutting this thing down. Oh, my God. It's 4 a.m. where I'm at, folks. And there's a game I'm going to. It starts at 12, and it requires a whole process to get there. Shit. Be right back. Oof. Travelings will be there too soon. Benjamin, just look for the smallest guys. Nice, you can't miss him. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's a hindrance to Quinn Hughes. He's been beastly, completely beastly. What time? Oh my God, 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Do you know where your children are? Is that it? Anyone got anything else? JP says, good night, Ace. Be safe, my brother. Go USA. Appreciate you. Some of you guys are nuts. But we'll be back after every USA game with the live. Hopefully, I'll get my better camera hooked up because the hostage video, yeah, this one's bothering me. The 5-star says, look like you're being held at gunpoint. Yeah, it's the hostage video. I'm used to, listen, guys, I'm bougie now. You know, I got lights, camera, action in the home studio. But check out my friends, my good friends. Check them out at Streaker Sports. Link in description. Hats, T-shirts. This is probably my favorite. This is a good luck hoodie. This is a definitely good luck hoodie I had under my jersey. Love this one. But check them out. Link pinned in the chat. 10% off with the sign up for the email. That's it, guys. We'll be back soon. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for coming out. New vlogs will be dropping. There might even be multiple vlogs tomorrow. I don't know. I got to see how I'm going to chop this up. I got tons of footage. The IOC is after me and many others. So I got to try to stay, compliant. We don't know. We're trying to comply with something we don't even know the rules. Streaker Sports, we don't even know what the rules are. But we're just trying to, stay out of trouble. Trying to stay out of trouble. Craig, Canes fan here, loving your series here. Thanks a lot, Craig. Appreciate you, sir. Tons to come, and hopefully we just ride this USA train to gold. But yeah, new vlogs are coming out. Food, hockey, all kinds of stuff. But that's it, folks. That's it. It's 4 a.m. I'm dying out here. Be back soon. Hit Freebird. Hit it, Craig. Hit Freebird. Traveling says you're never going to get over the jet lag like this. Listen, I'll sleep when I'm dead traveling. I got tomorrow and Saturday. I got some times to squeeze in naps maybe. But we're running on cappuccino from my homegirl down the block at the bakery with the extra espresso, occasional Red Bulls, and we will sleep when we're dying. It's rough. It's rough, guys, but someone's got to do it. Streaker Sports, Benjamin, nice watch for pickpockets and have a killer time. Looking forward to more visuals. You're going to see as many visuals I could get away with before the IOC comes for me. But lots coming. Had some good pastries today. I saw some good hockey. I saw some good sites. But please, if you haven't, check out my friends at Streaker Sports. Support those that support your boy. They have Fire USA gear. Link pinned at the top of the chat. And I need you guys, lastly, to watch these vlogs. Watch the damn vlogs. They're both here, and there's going to be more to come. But let me just post there's a Milano. What the heck is this? This stupid thing is trying to get the hell out of here. I don't want to send this. Come on. I just dropped the link for the playlist, which will have everything Olympics related. It'll have the vlogs. It will now have the live streams on there. It's going to have it all. That's the hub. That is the hub. But the beer just hit me too. That's it. Stevens Forever says, tic-tac-toe play will open the floodgates to more of those. It's about confidence. I mean, that was a nice one. That was some video game stuff. But that's it, guys. What a night for USA. Love to see it. I am fired up for the rest of this tournament and the sights and sounds of Italy and the food. It's all going to be good. Come along. You know where to do that. Link in the thing. That's it. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends. USA, 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 USA.